All right, thanks and welcome back in. And man, just an absolute intriguing matchup. Two of my absolute favorites, man. I'm not gonna joke about these two right here, right? Hawkgirl from the DC universe, man. I love Hawkgirl, man. I absolutely do. Hawkgirl's a serious banger with that nth metal mace, man. Like I love the combo. And Rogue, like Rogue of the X-Men, like I messed with the X-Men back in the day, right? That was my crew. So I love these two, and I've always wanted to kind of pit these two matched up against each other. Now let's kind of remember a couple of things about each one of them here. Now, Hawkgirl has some exceptional strengths here. She's got enhanced strength, speed, agility, and endurance thanks to that nth metal mace and armor that she wears. Like, this mace is infused with this incredible nth metal. It's a very powerful weapon, capable of disrupting magic and energy-based attacks. She is a very experienced combatant with centuries of reincarnated lives, making her a very formidable opponent. Like, she's been through battle after battle. Now, while she's very skilled, her skill set tends to go for more like melee type battles. She's on a battlefield, making her less like necessarily equipped for a single one-on-one battle, especially if someone's really, really mobile. Now, Rogue, on the other hand, has really got some highs going for her, right? Her primary strength is her mutant ability, which is to absorb powers, memories, and even life force. And over the years, she's absorbed like some power. She's got most of what used to be Mrs. Marvel's abilities. So she picked up superhuman strength, flight, and invulnerability. That all worked out for her. And these powers make her just an absolute beast. Like, she's very difficult to contend with. Now, the main thing is that while she can always go to her power absorption abilities, man, that thing's been kind of glitchy over the years. She doesn't have full control over it, so sometimes it doesn't always work exactly the way she thinks. She's been overwhelmed by people's consciousness at times, so that's maybe a weakness at the same time. But once they get into the fight, like, really what you got to configure is that Rogue wants to keep this up close. Like, Hawkgirl has to keep this fight at a distance. She has to use her flight abilities. She has to use that mace. She has to, possibly have a chance at overwhelming her at a distance with the power of that mace, right? She doesn't want this to get up too close because you've always got that threat of the absorption. Like, that's a major game changer that if Rogue can put her hand on you, even for an instant, man, it's over. Like, she just sucked all you, and now you're down. Judging the two just based on like durabilities, I think they're both right in the same range. Like, Rogue and took a lot of that from Miss Marvel. I mean, she can withstand that mace for as long as she has to. I mean, it's not going to be a joyride, but I think she can take a few. And just to be real straightforward on an outcome on this one, man, it's just no way that Hawkgirl is going to be able to deal with Rogue when all she has to do is get her hands on it for a moment. Even though it's a little sketchy, if she pulls that out, that's always going to be the X card.